Good Sunday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Sunday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Sunday evening going into your future and your week. The week of May the 18th going all the way into May the 24th. We do have obviously some important stuff, other stuff to talk about, but that's just the main thing and the main focus for tonight, obviously, talking about this week. So if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go on and do so. Also, make sure that you go on and answer the poll inside the chat, pretty much just saying, are you ready for the weather this week? Hopefully. Even though you don't know yet, you can answer it at the end if you want to, or if you want to wait. But let's go on now and look at the live radar. Again, if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go and do so. Also, make sure you go and hit the share button. Share it with all of the people that you know. Anyways, let's go on and talk about the weather for tonight into our future. And let's also go on and talk with the recorded audience for the people who can unfortunately not be here tonight. Good Sunday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Sunday. I am your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Sunday evening going into your future and your week. Looking at the radar right now, nothing really going on for the entire, state of South Carolina. Not a thing going on. If we go into winter weather, same thing. Pretty much for most of the southeast. I mean, we do have some rain going on. The northeast getting some rain as well. But look up here. Over here in the central U.S., we have some people say tornado outbreak, or that was ongoing earlier, with at least 10 tornado warnings, I think. And then there was also, or at least 10 tornado warnings at one time at a point. And we had multiple tornadoes on the ground, like in Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and especially Texas down there near, I believe, let me see, it was over here near Abilene, Texas, Albany, Texas. That's where the tornado was earlier. And heading east towards Dallas, we also do have some rain over here inside of the northern Rockies going down into the southern Rockies as well. Going into our cloud cover right now is showing some cloud cover through the PD region as well as the low country of South Carolina and the Midlands of South Carolina as well. So pretty much, that's pretty much all that's going on here in terms of cloud cover. Going into cloud cover for the future, pretty much the same thing, what we were just looking at earlier. And as you go on and move this into the future, forward all the way through tonight, going into obviously tomorrow morning, you can see that cloud cover going to build up a lot more as we go into tomorrow as well. So we'll definitely be still widespread, but overall, that's just what we're looking at. Looking at our current temperatures right now, 80 in Columbia, 77 in Eastover, 77 in Manning, as well as 79 in Kingstree, 79 in Georgetown, as well as 79 in Myrtle Beach, 77 in Conway, as well as 75 in Greenville, 77 in Spartanburg, as well as 75 in Gaffney, 75 in York, and 77 inside of Rock Hill, 75 in Greenville and Anderson, as well as 77 in Greenwood. We also do have around 73, I believe that is 79 inside of Aiken, and 79 down there near Hampton, 80 near Beaufort. Low temperatures for tonight. Overall, 63 in Greenville, 62 in Spartanburg, as well as 61 in Rock Hill, 63 in Newberry, as well as 63 in Winsboro, 66 in Camden, 65 in Sumter, as well as 65 in Kingstree, 69 inside of Myrtle Beach, and 68 inside of Georgetown, 72 in Hilton Head Island as well. Going to our forecast precipitation for tonight, we do have some rainfall that is expected as we go from 8 p.m. tonight into 8 p.m. tomorrow. Mainly, again, for tomorrow, not really too much in terms of tonight. But we do have, obviously, some around 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch for places like Girard, Charleston, Moncks Corner, Orangeburg, Barnwell, Aiken, as well as Sumter and Columbia. Then a 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch as well for like Greenville, going into some other places as well. And then a quarter of an inch to a half an inch for places like Spartanburg, Winsboro, and Camden as well. As we go into the SPC outlook for tonight, there is a marginal risk of severe weather that is over here for the southern low country of South Carolina. Overall, it's not really, too much of a concern right now. As pretty much I think that they're pretty much going to remove this threat, as I think the majority or the main threat has pretty much deceased at this point. And even as you go into tomorrow as well, we do have a slight risk of severe weather up there for Greenville and just to the south of Spartanburg as well. Aiken's included, or not Aiken, Anderson is included. Clemson's in there, central South Carolina as well, going into Greenwood as well. Aiken, Charleston, pretty much the Tri-County region, going into Georgetown, Columbia, Rock Hill, all inside that marginal risk of severe weather. And you might be wondering, what are the risks? Well, it's wind and hail. If you're inside the yellow risk, you do have a 15% chance of seeing some wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour as you go into tomorrow. And then also a 15% chance of seeing some large 1-inch in diameter hail tomorrow as well. And if you go into the margin risk, the green risk, you have around a 5% chance of seeing some damaging winds. So some isolated wind gusts of up to 40 to 60 miles per hour. And then if you're inside of, again, the green, some small hail to maybe an isolated large hail stone, going through some storms as you go into tomorrow as well, up to an inch. And then Tuesday, we're not done either. Tuesday, marginal risk of severe weather, Greenville, Spartanburg, Rock Hill going near Florence as well. Again, probably wind and hail probably being the main threat. And that could stretch even all the way into Wednesday as well. So we are definitely not done in terms of our severe weather. Let's go on and look at the excessive rainfall outlook. So here we go as we go on and start this. You can see right here, South Carolina, right here on your screen. As you go and push through tonight, nothing tomorrow, nothing even going into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We are good in terms of severe, excessive rainfall. Now, for some reason, the website that I use to get my models is not working, so we're going to move on and go back to the old one we used to use over here. And as we go on and push this forward, time is in the top right corner of your screen. You go on and push this forward, you can see that, again, dry tonight. It's going to be nice and dry tonight. So you will not have to worry about that if you're going out tonight for some sort of way, or if you have to wake up early for anything. But the rainfall, even doesn't get here until like 4 o'clock p.m.-ish, somewhere around that time frame. So we're not going to be seeing any sort of rainfall until around tomorrow afternoon, and that's when most of that rainfall will start. And you can already see the thunderstorms here that are going to pop up, bringing some damaging wind and some hail, and you can definitely see why. You have the Cape in there. I checked earlier. You have the Cape in there. You have the dew points are up as well, and some of these hailstones, like they said, could be up to around an inch in diameter. And as you go in and push this forward, even into the evening hours to around 8 to 9 p.m., showers and downpours still continue, like just to the east of Florence, for example. Some rainfall going on in the upstate, going on also in the northern Midlands as we continue into like late tomorrow night through to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then it's just isolated shower city from there, going all the way into early Tuesday morning. And even going to the afternoon hours as well, some isolated shower activity is also expected. So that's it in terms of that. Let's go on and look at our long-term future. And we're actually going to use this one. We've never really used this one before. Well, yes, we've used it a couple of times. But again, the other website's not working. So we're just going to have to use this one. And this one actually goes by 3-hour increments. So as you go on and push this forward through tonight, going on through tomorrow as well. You can see all this rainfall over here just to our west, and that will push east, bringing some rainfall activity over here into South Carolina, going into around the 21st. And as you go through to around the 22nd, looking dry, 23rd looking dry, going all the way into the 24th, until finally by around the evening hours, you might start to see some more rainfall activity, going all the way into the 26th and still staying active, going through to the 27th and the 28th as well. Then we maybe again on the 30th. And then just rounds of rainfall pretty much over and over and over again. Even as you get into the last day of May, cold front, most likely. I'm just looking at the structure of it, looking like that's a cold front, may bring some wind, some rain. All that stuff is in the question, and everything else is a bit too far out to talk about. But that's like the first day, or the last day of May. Last day of May actually seems to be. So that's it in terms of our just look at the future. Let's go on now and look at our next area, which is, we have not checked on the fire weather just in a while. I wonder, I haven't checked on it. Let's see what's going on there. I doubt anything's going on. Obviously, it has been getting hotter. It has been getting hotter, but it hasn't really been too dry, and that seems to be the case, as there is pretty much nothing else going on. So, hopefully that ends our little fire updates for a good minute until, we'll do the occasional check-in just to see what, but right now it's looking like that it's going to be pretty quiet in terms of wildfire-wise. As we go on now, let's go on and check out the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, the score that we use to see how crazy the weather is inside of South Carolina. And right now it's at 18. So inside the mild category, slightly breezy or cloudy, but no major concerns. Mostly dry, actually that's over there near, okay. Mostly dry, though a stray shower cannot be ruled out near the Savannah River and far southern counties. Any earlier storms probably have fully dissipated at this time, but that's down there near the probably in Georgia or off the coast of South Carolina, so I don't think we really have anything to worry about there. Obviously, winds light and variable tonight as daytime heating fades as well. Minimal, but patchy fog could form in typical low-lying areas by early morning. So if you're inside a low-lying area, patchy fog is not out the question. Obviously, I'm not going live tonight. And so that's pretty much it in terms of our just crazy score update there. Let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And we have a very, very short audience tonight. We only have 2 comments tonight. Thad, who says, good morning. Hope you had a pretty good week. Good morning. Okay. Good evening, I'm going to assume. I hope you had a pretty good weekend. We are doing pretty good over here in San Antonio. Have a great week. Thank you so much for that good morning message. And hopefully you have a great week as well. Hope you had a pretty good weekend as well. Trill says, hi, Joseph, hello to you as well. And that's it. So there's nothing else going on. So let's go on now and talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia while we're here. Also, make sure you go on and hit the poll inside the chat. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the poll. All of that stuff if you have not already. Low temperatures tonight in San Antonio, around 77. High temperatures tomorrow around 99. High temperatures tomorrow night low temperatures tomorrow night at 75. Precipitation tonight. No precipitation is expected tonight, but tomorrow no precipitation is expected there either. Going into Raleigh, low temperatures tonight 62. High temperatures tomorrow at 86. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 62. And there is no precipitation expected there. If you go into Philadelphia, low temperatures tonight at 56, high temperatures tomorrow at 74, low temperatures tomorrow at 49 as well. So let's talk about severe weather. Talking about San Antonio first, we don't really have anything going on in terms of severe weather-wise, but if we go into excessive rainfall, though, nothing for excessive rainfall either. As we move on to Raleigh being the next area of interest, nothing really going on in Raleigh either, except for a little marginal risk for some severe weather on Tuesday. And then in terms of excessive rainfall, no excessive rainfall there either. As you go into Philadelphia, no severe weather is expected. And in terms of excessive rainfall, yes, there is a chance for some minor flooding on Wednesday. So 5% chance of flash flooding or some minor flooding there as well. And so that's it. So in terms of severe weather, not a lot. for either location, the chat has responded inside the poll and said, and I asked, "Are you ready for the weather this week?" 100% says yes. So, in terms of what's going to happen this week, we weren't able to do obviously the regular average or anything like that tonight because obviously, like I said, website was down. There was nothing I could really do about that. So I just had to work with it. But hopefully, everyone got it. The weather as I went through the GFS. And see, maybe I might check it out tomorrow if the website is back up. It should be. I think it might just be down for maintenance or it's just down in general. So I was not able to do my regular thing, but it's all right. We'll go on and move on from that. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the forecast tonight. Let's go ahead and check the chat one more time. That said, I meant good evening. It's been a long fade. Okay, I'm gonna assume you meant day. I can tell it's been a long day for you. I can tell it's definitely been a long day. But we're gonna go on and end this off for tonight. If you did enjoy, make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the subscribe button as well. And I will be back tomorrow morning with your Monday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Sunday evening.